How to answer the most common interview questions. Job interviews are nerve-wracking, but preparing ahead of time can help you feel relaxed. Some interview questions are very common and will likely be asked regardless of the field your potential job is in. By going over common interview questions about your personality, professional development, and the job at hand, you can feel at ease for your big interview. Answering personality questions. Explain your career path to describe yourself. Connect the dots on your resume so the interviewer can understand more about you professionally. Try to describe not only your career path but why you've made those decisions. Creating a story about yourself helps the interviewer understand where you're headed with your career. The question to expect: tell me a little about yourself. For example, you could say, I started my career in magazines, but after attending graduate school for my MFA, I found that children's book publishing is my true passion. That's why I decided to go in another direction and intern at Random House. Now, I'm looking to take the next step in my career by focusing on my particular passion for young novels at your literary agency. Describe your biggest weakness as a strength in disguise. Choose an area of weakness that could also be interpreted as a strength to show off another good side to the interviewer. An alternative is to share a true area of weakness, but outline the concrete steps you are taking to compensate for it. The question to expect: what are your greatest weaknesses? For example, to disguise a strength you might say, I often get so engrossed in my work that I lose track of time. I tend to be so dedicated that I spend extra time on parts of my job I really enjoy. Alternatively, you could reveal a true weakness you're overcoming. I found that in my last job, my sales skills weren't as strong as some of my coworkers. That's why I undertook a special certificate program to sharpen my sales skills last summer. I'm now on track to sell the most in my group this fiscal quarter. Prove your greatest strength with examples. Avoid saying you're simply a hard worker, which many people will fall back on. Instead, take some time to think about what truly makes you unique and special as an employee. Back that up with examples. The question to expect: what are your greatest strengths? For example, you might say, I bring a special energy to every project I work on, and my customers agree. I've been voted most spirited customer service employee in my store for 6 months running. Provide a story with a happy ending about a work challenge. Describe the challenging situation so the interviewer has context. Outline the challenging task and the action you took to resolve the issue. Lastly, go over the positive end result. This situation task action result approach to answering is sometimes called STAR, the question to expect. Tell me about a challenge or conflict you faced at work, and how you dealt with it. You might say, when I was working at Martin's PR agency, a client decided they wanted to change their whole marketing strategy a week before the campaign was to launch. It was tough, but I overcame the short deadline by examining past strategies the client thought were successful and using them as a model for the new strategy. The client loved the new direction we went in, and it was their most successful marketing campaign that year. 5. Describe hobbies that show personal growth. Only if asked, share personal hobbies that show you're interested in trying new things and growing as a person. Avoid sharing hobbies that your interviewer may fear would interfere with your dedication to your job, such as gambling. The question to expect: what do you like to do outside of work? You might say, I love learning other languages, so I'm taking Mandarin classes, or I enjoy running, so I'm challenging myself by training for the Boston Marathon.